soft glam for our pale girlies. I have been obsessed with the way Ash K. Holm has been doing Lindsay Lohan's makeup. It is freaking stunning. And I wanted to do my take on it. And I also just wanted something for my pale girlies, something for my girlies who want to feel glam and want to feel put together, but don't want to self-tan to do it, you know? You don't have to self-tan to feel confident. You don't have to self-tan to do a full glam. You don't need a foundation that's 7 shades darker than your skin tone. You can feel glam and beautiful in your fair skin, pale skin, okay? I am really happy with how this look turned out. Like, I'm actually so sad that I have literally nowhere to be. I'm gonna wash all this off right now. That's a travesty. But lucky for you, I filmed it step by step, so let's do it together. You guys, this is so exciting. Revisiting YouTube in this capacity just feels kind of like a full circle moment. I think revisiting YouTube in any capacity, like even uploading the cooking stuff, just was so exciting because YouTube is kind of where I started. It feels really good to like get back to my roots. I'm really excited. So we are gonna do a pale girl glam. I feel like I don't see a lot of glam for the pale girlies. And I even went through a major phase where when I would do my glam, it was like you self-tanned before. You know, like you had an event coming up, a wedding, whatever it is, and you self-tan before, which is great. I still love that. But I also think embracing your natural skin tone is amazing. And you don't want to have to feel beautiful only when you have a tan. So we're gonna do a kind of Lindsay Lohan inspired glam today, which I'm very excited about. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of skin prep. I like using kind of a small dense brush to apply like a primer. You can use your fingers, obviously, but there's just something nice about using a brush, I think, when I feel kind of lazy. This is Saie Glowy Super Gel in StarGlow, and it just has a beautiful glow. And I, as a very acne prone girly, I really like this because it doesn't break me out and it has a really watery gel finish. It doesn't feel oily on the skin, which is so nice. So I'm kind of just focusing that really everywhere, but I really love it on the high points. And then I also applied the Plump and Repair treatment from Dr. Dennis Gross. I feel like it just makes my lips feel definitely plump, but it also kind of enhances the natural color of my lips. Pretty thin formula. It's not like thick or goopy or sticky or anything, which is nice. Lindsay Lohan definitely has like a soft matte finish. I wanted to use my All Hours foundation. I haven't used this in months, but it is such a gorgeous formula and it gives you like tons of coverage, but still has that soft matte. I just love the way that it makes my skin look, but it is. That's gonna be too dark. Let's just see. Wait, no, it's not. Doesn't it look really dark on the back of my hand? Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna use this Makeup by Mario F4 brush, and I'm just picking up all of that product into the brush and starting where I need the most coverage. So for me, because I have some pigment on my cheeks from some sun damage, that's kind of where I'm gonna focus. See, isn't that coverage so beautiful? The redness around my nose. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do is contour. I'm gonna use the Milk Makeup Contour in Toasted. I'm gonna take this and warm it up on the back of my hand. I have found that this is the most natural way to apply, honestly, any contour stick. It's just so easy to apply too much product if you apply it straight to your face. But I'm not gonna lie, if I'm gonna rush, I'll still do that. I'm not hating on it, but I think it is nice to be able to build slowly. I'm just using the other side of that F4 brush and we're stamping in product to the hollows of my cheeks. We're basically just enhancing a shadow that's already there or creating a shadow that isn't there. And it's just very subtle. You want to think about your facial structure here. So for me, I have more of a like rectangular forehead. So instead of just drawing a stripe across the top of my forehead, I'm actually going to focus my contour more on the sides in kind of like this shape. And always using these like stamping, stippling motions. I'm not rubbing product across my face because I don't want to disturb any of the coverage I've built underneath. Okay, now I'm going to take a smaller kind of fluffy domed brush like this, and I'm going to use this for contour on my smaller features. So still taking a little bit on the back of my hand. And this is a CL blender brush. A little bit under my nose. Really, you can see that Lindsey has quite a contoured nose. So down the bridge here, and then connect that up under the brow. And the thing with contour is it should create shape and it should create shadows, but it really shouldn't be super noticeable. And then blending that into the crease, gently out towards the temple. And then I'm also gonna go underneath the lash line. I'm also gonna contour my lips. I love a lip contour, you guys. I love it. I love it so much. Ooh. But what I don't want is to pick up some of my lip plumper and accidentally get it somewhere else on my face. I have done that before. It was not great. It was not great. We're looking a little bit gray. We need to add some bronze. So I'm gonna go in with this Tanielle J. This is her bronzer in Iced Latte. This is a fair olive shade. So we've built some shadow here, but the sun would hit higher. So now I'm gonna put my bronzer above my contour along the cheekbone where the sun would naturally hit. And then now I am actually gonna put my bronzer on the top of my forehead because that's where you would get a little bronzed, maybe a little sunburned. Okay, now I'm gonna use my Hourglass concealer in the shade Cotton, and I'm applying this again to the back of my hand. I like using a flat brush like this for my concealer so that I can stamp it on where I need it. And I'm not going all the way up to the lash line. I'm going below where we put that contour. And then I'm gonna stretch it out and create this nice lift, stippling it on the inner corner, and then bringing that down the sides of my nose. And then whatever's left over, you can use to clean up your lip contour. Blend this down onto my cheekbone. Oh my God, you guys, my neighbors installed this like automatic gate thing, and every single time it opens and closes, it makes this beeping sound, and my dogs hate it. Hate it. Like, they're genuinely terrified of it. And I don't know what causes a dog to be terrified of a beeping sound, but they absolutely hate it. And it's so pitiful. Like, Phoebe is cowering under my desk right now, and there's like nothing I can do to soothe her. And it's like, I don't know how many people live in this house. It's a lot. Every single time they go in and out of their house, which is like, it's all day. It is seriously all day. Because they also have like a separate unit, and so someone else lives behind them. And so then they're going in and out all day. You guys, it's awful. I'm taking what's left of the concealer on the back of my hand to kind of do a little sculpt just right under where that contour was. And this is a nice trick for cleaning up your contour. If you feel like when you blended it, you went a little crazy, you can just come in, clean that up. And then if that line feels a little bit too harsh, I just go back in with my foundation brush that has nothing on it. And I just go in and I soften that. I feel like your makeup turning out good is just small amounts of product, layered precisely, and blended. I don't know how I've gone this long without doing my brows, so I need to do that quickly. I've been loving the Covergirl, what is this called? Clean Fresh Brow. And this is in the shade Soft Brown, I believe. And it's really nice because it's actually quite a warm brown. So I feel like it does a good job with my hair color, where I don't have to go like full auburn, but I can just get like a warm brown shade. And oops. And it is so skinny. Look at how tiny that pencil is. It's so little. But it's not waxy. So it's not like moving around a ton. I mentioned in a previous TikTok video that I was going to tint my brows, and that I actually like did not like the way my brows looked not tinted, and I never tinted them. And I'm actually, it's another thing that's just, I'm embracing. I'm leaving as is. No self-tanner, no brow tint. And I am actually very okay with it. And even like leaving my brows just a little straggly. I don't know. I kind of like when they're a little not perfect. And then I like using a brow gel that makes them look fluffy and full. This is the Maybelline Super Lock brow gel, and it is so good. Like, so good. I kind of like to brush backwards to pick up the hairs. Brows are done. Now I need blush. The Lindsey Lohan looks I have seen have been very pinky peachy, which I love. This was the first one that I felt like was calling to me. So this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. But I got some other options for you guys. The Saie Dew Blush in Poppy, one of my absolute favorites. Gorgeous, like corally peach shade. And I feel like, especially on fair skin girlies who have warm undertones like myself, the pinky peachy is the way to go. And then I also, you guys, this Ciel blush, this has been in my everyday makeup routine. I love it so much. It's in the shade Elodie, and it is also in this world. SPF 50 in it. For a drugstore option, I have this Essence Baby Got blush in the shade Coral Crush. So I'm gonna use the Armani Luminous Silk, and I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand. e.l.f. angled blush brush, and I like it because it's angled, but it's also very fluffy. And I'm gonna just stipple this kind of high up on the apples of my cheeks. So cute, so soft, but so cute. And I'm keeping this space free because there's this kind of brightness in the center of her face and her under eyes. Now I want to layer that with a bit of a pinky moment. So this, love this shade. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in Rose Crush. So beautiful. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of that. No matter what product you're using, whether you know if it's super pigmented or not, what I like to do is if I'm picking it up straight from the pan, again, the back of your hand is a palette. So use it, and then that is gonna kind of give you an indicator of like what the product is gonna look like before you put it straight on your face. So if it is super pigmented, you don't just go, oops, and it's this big like splotch, and that's gonna be really hard to blend out. That is so pretty. I love that. The bridge of the nose. Okay, we're gonna set with the Makeup by Mario setting powder. This is in the shade 2 Light Neutral. I was using the pink shade, but honestly, it was kind of starting to feel like the pink on me personally, it just wasn't working with my undertones. Like, it felt noticeable on my face to see the pink under eye. Like, there was just a little bit of contrast with my skin tone that I wasn't loving. So I don't know. I feel like the end of 2024 was kind of the year for me where I was just learning about my colors and my undertones. I had a super quick like color session. What do they call that? I don't remember. And I found out that I'm a bright spring. So I do have warm undertones, and I've had makeup artists tell me that I have warm olive undertones. I've been kind of leaning into that more, and I feel like it's been really fun to notice like, oh, that's why like a pink under eye is nice and like a bright pop, and it's a moment, it's a look. Like, I love a cool baby pink blush, but for my everyday, like what is gonna accentuate my features, the warmer peachy pink is the way to go. So like this feels more natural to me. Maybe I want to do like a little mini bake while I do my eyes. So we did our first set, okay? And setting with a bit of a fluffy brush under your eyes before you go in with a powder puff and bake is a nice way to basically not put too much powder on wet concealer. That's gonna create a cakey, weird, we don't want that. So now I have a little powder puff, and I'm just gonna do whoop, whoop, like that. Whoop, whoop, like that. Here. Again, Lindsey does have kind of a soft matte finish to her makeup. Before I go in with my eyes, let's do a little blush bronzer moment. The second the fire started in LA, I have just had an awful cough. Like, it's just been so bad. Like, this congestion in my chest and my nose is terrible. I don't know if it's the air quality or what, but it's brutal. I have Radiant Bronze Light by Hourglass, and I'm just going to pick that up on this fluffy dibs brush. Apply that everywhere I put my bronzer. I am loving how this complexion is turning out, though. I'm not gonna lie. This has been one of my like top bronzers for so many years. I actually think this one's kind of expired, though. I think I need a freshie. What are these? These fuzzies are crazy. And then I'm going to use this Kosas blush, Gorge, pinky peachy shade, but it's quite muted, which is nice. This is in the shade Dreamland. Being very light-handed with this because I actually feel like the pigment that I've built up already is great, but I'm going to set all of our cream products so they last super long, even though I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I'm at home and literally going to wash my makeup off after this, but okay, now let's move on to eyes. I'm going to use my Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 3 palette, the love of my life. Literally, I love it so much. I'm going to use this BK Beauty 201 brush. This is a fluffy domed brush. Actually, what I'm going to do first, my transition shade, I'm going to use my bronzer. Ew, you guys, crusty dusty. I've had this forever. Using my bronzer, and I'm just going to apply this right into my crease. So you can see I'm pointing my brush up. Like, so it's going right in the socket of my eye. You can kind of see, like, literally, like, pushing up into my eye socket. And that is going to help you get that pigment exactly where you want it. And then connecting it out to the bronzer in my temple. Does that not already just open my eye up so much? I'm going to take this, like, cool brown shade right here. And I'm just going to stamp that onto my lash line. This isn't going to be like a full recreation of Lindsay Lohan's look, because honestly, she's got like quite a bit of black eyeliner on her top lash line. So I'm going to do kind of my take on it. I mean, Ash K. Holm, her makeup artist, did an incredible job. It's so stunning. I think I'm just going to do like a little bit of a softer version of it. Not so much the red carpet version, and then going back in with my fluffy brush and just kind of like softening that just a little bit. And same thing on the other side. So focusing on kind of the outer third, using little stamping motions, and then whatever's left over I can kind of like drag in, and then fluffy brush, blend out. I feel like it just makes. Again, she's using a black liner, which I think is great. I love a black liner, but I'm going to use brown just to kind of keep in theme with the warm. And I'm using an angled brush like this. You can see it's nice and sharp. This is from Tanielle J. And I'm going to go from my outer corner, and I'm just going to stamp like that, and then connect it in. And then she's got a very bright, gorgeous inner corner. I'm going to use this Hourglass, but any like kind of flat brush like this will do. And I'm going to take this creamy shade right here, and I'm going to use this right on the inner corner, kind of where I put my concealer, and then on the inner third of my lid. And then I chose this brush so that I can kind of stamp it and be precise with where I'm applying this color. What if I was like all excited and it actually looks terrible? It could happen. It could, it's true. I'm gonna use this Dior Backstage Glow face palette. We love her. I'm gonna take this golden shade just on the tip of my finger and put that right in the inner corner. The lid too. Cause she pretty. You guys, we're almost done. Let's curl our lashes, throw on some mascara, and then do our lip combo. Hello, lashes. Hourglass Unlocked Tubing Mascara. It's so good. Lindsey is definitely wearing falsies. I thought about it. I even got them out. They're sitting on my desk. good thing we have a mascara that gives me lots of length and volume. I mean, right? Yeah. Okay, and then if you have this business like I do every time I do my mascara, then spoolie, and we're just gonna flake it off. You want to let it dry first though. This works really well, especially with the tubing mascara, because it just kind of like flakes off. Yay! Okay, I'm just gonna touch up my little lippy contour. This is another Tanielle J brush. We love her. I'm telling you, if you want to save up to get some brushes, the Tanielle J brushes, they come in a set, and it's all you would need. Like, truly. Ooh, guys! I am telling you, when you figure out the colors that like fit your complexion, it's a freaking game changer. Like, even changing the setting powder and not using the pink anymore. We have a special package from MAC for our lip combo. I've been experimenting with Lindsey Lohan lip combos. There's one from Makeup by Mario that I have on my TikTok that I'm obsessed with. There has to be something in here. There has to. There just has to. This is so exciting. Cool Spice is supposed to be kind of a pinky nude moment. So let's check her out. We have Cool Spice, we have Chestnut, and we have Strip Down. Strip Down I already have, and it's kind of a warm brown moment. But Strip Down I've never tried. I'm obsessed with the way this lip came out. I don't have my glasses on and my mirror's kind of far away. So I might be obsessed with the way my look came out from a distance, from a blurry distance. But, you know, a win's a win. Am I right? I fear this color might be amazing. I saw Alana Davidson compare this to Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury. I can see it. I almost feel like it might be a touch warmer than Iconic Nude. I think that's freaking stunning. Like, holy crap. Okay, Fleshpot is iconic and a classic, and I think is perfect. But let's also try Peach Stock. Oh, wait. Also very pretty. I kind of think Fleshpot's the way to go though. And this is a satin shade, so it'll give us a little bit of shine. And I'm only applying this to the center. Okay, and then you could leave it here. You totally could. You totally could. Go back in with your lip liner and kind of define the edges. That's gorge. I love that. I found this gloss in my collection. This is a Lisa Eldridge gloss. These are stunning. Is there no shade on here? There's literally no sticker, no shade, but I feel like this is perfect to go with our color palette. I will look at her website and see if I can find anything, but yes. Yes, Lisa. Yes, Lisa. There we go. Do you see what that did? That like brought life back. And then my last little trick for the day is going back in. This is another reason why I love using a concealer brush that is this shape, because then you can go in and clean up any of like the edges of your lip. If you went a little crazy with your lip liner, that is our finished look. What do we think? Like, I wanted a soft glam for my pale girlies, and I feel like doing something pinky peachy is approachable. You know what I mean? Like, I love a berry blush or a red blush on fair skin, but I don't think that's necessarily approachable for most. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. Let me know what you guys think, and also thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you so, so much. And thank you for hanging out with me and for doing some makeup with me. I will see you in the next one. Bye.